They once made all of America laugh every night. But behind those funny scenes was a painful truth. The joy on screen was never enough to soothe the tragedies of real life. Nearly 40 years later, the fate of the cast is nothing short of ironic. Some became millionaires, others fell into scandal, and a few met deeply haunting deaths. Where are they now? Let's uncover the truth behind the fame and honor the legacies they left behind. Vicki Lawrence as Thelma "Mama" Harper. Her journey as Mama was one of anchoring chaos, evolving from a supporting sketch character to the undeniable sun around which a dysfunctional television family orbited. Mama Harper became an icon not for her warmth, but for her brutal, unfiltered honesty and the deep, if often hidden, love that fueled her criticisms. The immediate impact of Mama's family was profound, instantly redefining Lawrence's career. She was no longer Carol Burnett's sidekick. She was a star in her own right. The show's initial run on NBC solidified her as a bankable television lead. However, this success also created an immediate typecasting shadow. In the years directly following the show's network cancellation, she was so synonymous with Mama that other significant acting roles were scarce, funneling her towards guest appearances where she was often expected to channel a version of her famous character. As of 2025, Vicki Lawrence, now in her late 70s, leads a more private life. She officially retired her Mama character in 2016, stating it was time to let Mama rest. While largely retired from acting, she remains a vibrant presence, engaging with fans on social media and making occasional television appearances where she reflects on her storied career with grace and humor. Her public image is that of a television legend who has gracefully navigated the challenges of fame. She is married to Al Schultz, and they have enjoyed a long-lasting marriage, a stability that contrasts with the chaotic family life she portrayed on screen for so many years. Ken Berry as Vint Harper. Before donning the plaid shirt and perpetually hapless expression of Vinton Harper, Ken Berry was a seasoned song-and-dance man and sitcom veteran. As Vint, he became the beleaguered heart of the Harper family, the eternally optimistic but perpetually put-upon son, striving for his mother's approval while navigating a life that constantly seemed one step away from disaster. Berry's long-term career trajectory following Mama's Family was one of gentle decline in terms of leading roles, but consistent presence. He never again reached the heights of Mayberry RFD or Mama's Family. But he remained a working actor, appearing in television movies, guest starring on shows like The Love Boat, and performing in stage productions, particularly musicals which showcased his first love, dancing. He settled into the role of a respected television elder, his legacy secure but his time in the spotlight gradually fading. As of 2025, Ken Berry is in his early 90s and has largely retreated from public life. He resides in Los Angeles and has faced health challenges in his later years. His last acting credit was in the early 2000s. He is a widower, having lost his wife, Jackie Joseph, in 2023 after a long marriage. The public image of Ken Berry is that of a beloved classic TV star, remembered fondly for the warmth and sincerity he brought to every role. His legacy is one of gentle comedy and reliable professionalism, a testament to a career built on being the steady, likable center in a whirlwind of comedy. Dorothy Lyman as Naomi Oates Harper. Before she was the shrill, perpetually flustered Naomi, Dorothy Lyman was an accomplished actress with a background in serious drama and daytime television, having won 2 consecutive daytime Emmys for her role on All My Children. As Naomi, her journey was one of escalating panic and comic desperation, a woman constantly on the verge of a nervous breakdown, trying to maintain some semblance of suburban normalcy while living under Mama's roof and dealing with her own dysfunctional family. The immediate impact of Mama's Family on Lyman's career was a significant shift in public perception. She successfully transitioned from a respected daytime drama actress to a primetime sitcom star. The role made her a familiar face in living rooms across America in a new comedic context. However, the sheer force of her performance as Naomi immediately typecast her. Following her departure from the show after the network run, she found it difficult to shed the image of the shrieking, neurotic housewife, and roles that utilized her dramatic range became less frequent. As of 2025, Dorothy Lyman, now in her late 70s, remains active in the industry, though more selectively. She is revered as a trailblazer, particularly for women in directing. She teaches acting and continues to be a passionate advocate for the craft. Her public image is that of a respected elder stateswoman of television, a far cry from the frantic Naomi. She has been married twice and has children. Her legacy is a dual one, remembered fondly for her iconic comedic performance, but respected deeply for her successful and influential career behind the camera. Rue McClanahan is Aunt Fran Crowley. Before she became the delightfully boozy and man-crazy Aunt Fran, Rue McClanahan was already a seasoned character actress, but her star had not yet fully ascended. As Fran, she played against her future Blanche Devereaux type, embodying a nervous, fragile, and slightly ditzy Southern belle who was the polar opposite of her domineering sister Thelma. Aunt Fran is a symbol of genteel, Southern fragility and a hilarious foil to Mama's brute force. The impact of Mama's Family on McClanahan's career was immediate, but ultimately eclipsed by what came next. The show provided her with a steady, high-profile platform that kept her at the forefront of television comedy. However, her departure for The Golden Girls was the true career turning point. Leaving the ensemble of Mama's Family was a gamble that paid off astronomically, propelling her to international superstardom and Emmy award-winning status almost overnight. Fran Crowley was instantly overshadowed by the cultural behemoth that was Blanche. Rue McClanahan passed away in 2010 at the age of 76 following a stroke. Her legacy, however, remains vibrantly alive. She is forever remembered as one of the groundbreaking Golden Girls, a role that redefined the portrayal of older women on television. At the time of her death, she was a beloved icon, an accomplished actress, and a devoted animal rights activist. Her public image is one of wit, warmth, and trailblazing spirit. Her estate and enduring popularity continue to support the causes she championed, cementing her status as a legend far beyond the confines of any one show. Eric Brown as Buzz Harper. Before he was the leather-jacketed, perpetually scheming Buzz Harper, Eric Brown was a young actor with a handful of television credits, but Mama's Family represented his big break. His journey on the show was one of slow, often reluctant maturation. A boy who fancied himself a hoodlum, but was, at his core, a soft-hearted kid under the thumb of his formidable grandmother and exasperated parents. The immediate impact of Mama's Family on Eric Brown's career was significant, making him a recognizable teen star during the show's network run. He enjoyed the perks of fame and steady work on a hit series. However, this success also created a very specific and limiting typecast. As he moved into his late teens and early 20s, the shadow of Buzz Harper loomed large. As of 2025, Eric Brown has lived a largely private life out of the public eye for decades. He is believed to have left the entertainment industry altogether and has pursued a civilian career. Details about his personal life, health, and specific profession are scarce, as he has chosen to maintain his privacy. His public image remains frozen in time as the teenage Buzz Harper, a beloved figure from a classic sitcom. For fans, he represents a nostalgic touchstone of 80s television, a friendly ghost from a show that continues to bring joy. Alan Kayser as Bubba Higgins. Before he became the dim-witted but good-natured Bubba Higgins, Alan Kayser was a newcomer, with Mama's Family being his first major professional acting role. He was brought in during the syndicated revival as a replacement for the departed Buzz character, intended to be a new kind of youthful energy in the household. As Iola Boylan's son and Mama's eventual adopted grandson, Bubba's journey was one of pure, unadulterated simplicity. The immediate impact of Mama's Family on Kayser's career was to instantly typecast him as the handsome, slow-witted hunk. As the show grew in popularity through syndication, he became a pin-up for a certain generation of viewers and a recognizable face on television. However, this very specific typecasting followed him closely. In the years immediately following the show, he found work primarily in B-movies and genre television, often playing variations on the big dumb guy archetype that Bubba had perfected. As of 2025, Alan Kayser, now in his late 50s, continues to act sporadically, often appearing in independent films and at fan convention reunions for Mama's Family. He maintains a connection with his fan base through social media, where he shares memories of the show and updates on his life. His public image remains that of the gentle giant from one of America's most beloved sitcoms. He has been married and has children. While not a major star, he enjoys the enduring affection of a dedicated fan community that still cherishes his portrayal of Bubba Higgins. Beverly Archer as Iola Boylan. Before she became the deeply naive, bird-like Iola Boylan, Beverly Archer was a successful television writer and character actress, with credits on shows like Masked and The Betty White Show. She understood comedy from the inside out. Stepping in front of the camera as Iola, she created one of television's most unique supporting characters. Iola's journey was one of unwavering, almost pathological optimism and innocence, a loyal friend to Mama whose bizarre non-sequiturs and bizarre life philosophies provided an endless source of surreal humor. The immediate impact of Mama's Family on Archer's career was the birth of a beloved character actress. While she continued her writing work, the role of Iola made her a recognizable face and opened new doors for her in front of the camera. She became a sought-after guest star for sitcoms needing a burst of quirky, specific energy. However, the strength of the characterization, much like her co-stars, led to a degree of typecasting, with producers often seeing her as a perfect fit for the lovably odd best friend or neighbor archetype. As of 2025, Beverly Archer, now in her mid-70s, is semi-retired but remains a respected figure in the industry. She makes occasional appearances at fan conventions, where she is celebrated for her iconic role as Iola. Her public image is that of a witty and intelligent trailblazer who carved out a unique and successful path for herself. She has lived a relatively private personal life. Her legacy is a dual one. As the creator of one of sitcom's most endearingly strange characters, and as a talented writer who helped craft some of television's most beloved comedies. Carol Burnett as Eunice Higgins. Before she was the shrieking, emotionally volatile Eunice Higgins, Carol Burnett was already a certified television legend. The Carol Burnett Show had cemented her status as a comedic genius and one of the most beloved figures in American entertainment. Eunice was a character she had developed and perfected on her variety show, a deeply flawed and tragicomic figure. Bringing her to Mama's Family, Burnett's journey was one of revisiting a familiar pain, exploring the depths of a woman perpetually on the edge of a breakdown, forever locked in a desperate battle for her mother's love and her own self-worth. The immediate impact of Mama's Family on Burnett's career was negligible in terms of fame. She was already at the pinnacle. However, it reaffirmed her versatility and her commitment to her craft, even in a guest star capacity. For the show itself, her participation was a massive boon, lending it an air of prestige and connecting it directly to the legacy of her legendary variety show. Her appearances were events, reminding audiences that beneath the broad comedy of the series lay the same sharp character work that had made her famous. As of 2025, Carol Burnett, now in her early 90s, is retired, but remains a vibrant and beloved public figure. She has authored books and makes rare, cherished television appearances where she is celebrated as a pioneer and a genius. Her public image is one of grace, warmth, and unparalleled talent. She has experienced personal tragedy, including the loss of her daughter, but has faced it with immense strength. Her legacy is secure as one of the greatest comedic actors and entertainers in American history, with Eunice Higgins standing as a testament to the depth and fearlessness of her artistry. Betty White as Ellen Harper Jackson. Before she was the sweet, long-suffering Ellen Harper Jackson, Betty White was already a television pioneer, a star of sitcoms like The Mary Tyler Moore Show, and the first woman to produce a national TV show. She originated the role of Ellen in The Family sketches on The Carol Burnett Show, playing the put-upon sister with a delicate balance of resentment and genteel grace. The immediate impact of Mama's Family on White's career was, ironically, its lack of impact. Her departure to star in The Golden Girls was the single most significant career decision of her later years. Betty White passed away on December 31, 2021, just weeks before her 100th birthday. Her death was met with an unprecedented outpouring of global grief and affection, a testament to her profound impact. At the time of her passing, she was actively working and was widely considered the First Lady of American television. Her public image was one of unwavering kindness, sharp comedy, and boundless energy. Her legacy is immortal, defined by her groundbreaking work, her incredible longevity, and her role as the beloved, funny grandmother to the entire nation. Harvey Korman as Ed Higgins. Before he was the stoic, perpetually exasperated Ed Higgins, Harvey Korman was a master sketch comedian and the brilliant straight man on The Carol Burnett Show. As Ed, he perfected a different kind of stoicism. The silent, long-suffering husband of the hysterical Eunice and son-in-law of the terrifying Mama. His journey was one of quiet endurance, a man who had long since surrendered to the chaos of his marriage, finding solace in his workshop and a well-timed, weary sigh. The immediate impact of Mama's Family on Korman's career was minimal in terms of shifting his star power. He was already a celebrated comedic actor. His guest appearances on the show were seen as a welcome reunion with his former castmates. However, in the years following the end of The Carol Burnett Show, Korman struggled to find the same level of success in other projects. Harvey Korman passed away in 2008 from complications of a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm. He was 81 years old. At the time of his death, he was remembered as one of the great comedic talents of his generation, a master of his craft. His public image was that of a kind, generous, and brilliantly funny man. His legacy is inextricably linked to Carol Burnett and the timeless comedy they created together, with Ed Higgins standing as a testament to his profound ability to generate laughter through silence and suffering. And that's our look back at the turbulent post-legend journeys of the Mama's Family cast. Which actor's fate surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to support more content like this, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching.